You're back.
4 more questions. Oh, all right. Wait. All right, so now let's talk about another question that you brought to my attention, and it was being aware of your authentic voice. Elaborate on it.
This is very much along the same lines as requests, because us DJs are artists. We're not just hospitality servers of whatever music you want, right? We are artists, and we have a vision, and we want to see that vision happen in some form or another. And so, there's always this balance between allowing your authentic voice to shine at a gig, but also catering to the people that are there. And it's a
trying to find that balance.
Yeah, it's not always easy, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're just like, all right, I'm gonna play what you like all night because that's my job.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have the freedom to just be yourself and have that authentic voice that we all deserve to have, by the way.
Correct.
We all deserve to have that authentic voice. Listen. Nobody walks up to a band leader or an orchestra conductor and makes a request.
Correct.
Because they are respected as artists.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
DJs are artists too.
And what I feel like it's about the accessibility of being able to just walk up to us.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And because in a club, you don't know where the DJ is. You can't, he's up there? Dang. And I guess that's where the whole Play Bad Bunny meme tradition came from, because people are like, all right, well, I need to get his attention. I'm gonna hold it up on my forehead and enlarge it so you can see it. So but yeah, man, it's just crazy. So I know you did the Juneteenth event.
I did.
Yeah. How was even that experience? Because I know a lot of people would be like, well, like who's this like white dude DJ this Juneteenth event?
I know. I always wonder about that.
Mind you, I know.
Am I taking up too much space?
Mind you, I know that you're very versatile within your musical selection, you know, and well versed as well. Yeah. But even an event like that, like how was that experience for you?
I mean, it was great. A fashion event, right?
So that's my guy Mel, man. He's been doing his thing.
Yeah, big up Mel.
Yeah, Shayaria was the host.
She was hosting. Yeah. And it was a great event. I was just happy to be there, He could have had anybody up there.
Facts.
I'm there.
But they got the great one.
That's right.
They got the great one, man.
So and that was a point in time, it's worth saying that I walk into an event like that definitely with racially conscious, like, this is Juneteenth, I'm white, how much space should I really be taking up? Even though the vibe wasn't even like that.
No, especially with working with them, not at all.
Right, exactly. But I definitely go into that particular event like, okay, I'm in service to this event. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude I took for that event.
Word. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So, and I kind of want to go back. So this goes back into the taking request thing. Did you see the Wiz Khalifa scenario?
Oh my God, yeah, I did.
So, it's back to the entitlement thing. So
yeah, it totally is.
Another thing with, just people in general is a song comes out, right? Apple Music drops music, Friday at 12. So that night you'll go to the club and be like, hey, I need you to play this new Beyonce, this new Drake, this new Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
So for the situation with Wiz, he's like, yo, my album just dropped today. He's like, play my new music. And then starts flipping out on the DJ, calling them names. And it's just like,
yeah, it was bad. It was ugly.
No, it was. It was
ugly.
And the guy was smiling at him, thinking it was like a joking matter. And Wiz was like, no, don't touch me. Like, I'm actually pissed.
Yeah, well, sorry.
So now I asked that question to go into, so where do you download music from and how soon do you download music? Or do you download it immediately, or through the grapevine you're like, I keep hearing about this song or getting this request.
Yeah.
Let me look into it. How do you go about the downloads and add into your collection of music?
I definitely have. This goes back to pre-gig routine too.
Okay.
I definitely have a pre-gig routine where I will try to download the latest music or try to like get myself back up to speed on one genre or another. You know, and I'll check the charts and whatever because you know if you're at the club, you need the popular stuff,
hottest songs.
Yeah, or you know, or I'll like just listen for stuff that I like sometimes too. You know, and then I'll download way too much music. I'll play like 3 songs out of like 30 songs that I download.
Down the rabbit hole. No, I definitely know the feeling.
But I'll tell you, I've been. So here's the thing. I think that people just assume that you can just play anything because you're connected to the internet.
Correct. They're like, play my new song. It just dropped. Literally, Wiz Khalifa voice. It just dropped today.
There's like this assumption that like you can just magically connect to the internet and get anything you want. And, you know, actually you can if you have an internet connection these days.
And if I really want to do all that. Because I'm playing music right now.
Right. Exactly. But I have found myself, people make requests at the club. I found myself go and buy it or go on to like one of the services that plug into my DJ equipment and like just
quick
get
download.
it from there. Yeah. I mean, I'll do it like, I don't necessarily... I mean, whatever. It's part of the...
Yeah, it is, right?
I'm like, whatever. I'm taking your request. I'm playing it. I might as well just get on the internet and get the song. I need a drink.
So now let's talk about, man, the work-life balance for DJs, man. Congrats on getting married. Congrats on getting married, man. Congrats. There it is. You like they could put a thing on it. So we're not gonna get copyrighted on that. Relax, all right?
Slow down.
So what's that like? Because now you have to, you know, be out late. You know, you're downloading music throughout the day to prep for going out late.
Yeah.
So what's that work-life balance for you within the DJ life?
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, I feel like it's cool. Like, I have found that balance. I definitely put the time in with my wife. You know, I do.
Good.
Like, that's just part of my life. That's my priority. You know what I mean? So, she might have another answer, but if it was me, I would say, like, you know, we get our time in, you know? You know, but then like if a gig comes, you know, that's the job. You got to go out and do the job, and and part of DJing, a lot of the job people don't even see out at the club. A lot of the job is the prep work beforehand.
Correct.
Right. And that's why when somebody like offers you like $50 to DJ or $100 to DJ,
absurd.
You're like, you might only see me there for first of all, $50 or $100 is never okay.
Never.
But
never.
like
never, ever.
Never.
That is on the record, off the record.
But like, you know, people will offer you money based on what they see.
Correct.
Right? But there's a lot more that goes into it. And a lot of that is behind the scenes work, trying to stay up on music, buying music, downloading music. Equipment. Yeah, all of that. All of that goes into it. Travel time. Even my shower. You think I would shower every day if I didn't have a DJ gig to go to? No, I'm spending 15 minutes in the shower.
Right.
Because I'm going to your gig.
Right. All jokes aside, like,
you know, that's what it is. You know, I'm spending time thinking about what I'm going to wear today because I'm going to your gig.
Because of you. Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So listen, the unseen expenses of being a DJ, you know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So, do you have a specific software that you use or prefer to use?
Oh, I've been Serato. I mean,
okay.
Serato, boom.
Serato?
Yeah.
I'm Team Virtual DJ. But
what? Oh, really?
Yeah, I am Team
No
Virtual
way,
DJ.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow.
I love it here. Virtual
DJ Confessions.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, all right.
There's just a couple different things that you can like I can take out stems. Like I can take out
what?
Yeah, I can take out my instrumental, the hi-hat, the bass, leave it a cappella, or I could do the vice versa and take out the vocals. This is probably an update within the past year and a half, and I have
to link up.
I love it there. I love on-spot instrumentals or on-spot mixes and blends and
wow
mashups, and especially you as the mixtape guy, you'd love it.
Let's talk about that
for sure. For sure,
I need to see that. I need to experience.
Yo,
that.
it's bananas. To be honest, it's legit bananas.
Wow.
So now, do you have a favorite set of songs that you transition to, like this to this, like drop? Give us some gems.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. I mean, dang, some favorite transitions. I can tell you some really crazy transitions I've done.
Let's hear it.
And we're going back to requests.
Okay.
I'm at the club. I'm at the Night Owl. I'm playing drill stuff. I'm playing drill music.
Yep.
This girl comes up to me and says, "Could you play the Cotton Eye Joe?"
Oh my goodness.
And at first I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like,
it's within the same BPM.
If you double it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the drill's at like, 70. Cotton Eye Joe's at like 140.
140, yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute. Let me
I can see where this is going, right?
Let me try this.
No way you did it.
I did it, and it was one of the most successful things.
Oh wow!
From like the past 6 months.
What was the beat? Do you remember?
Oh, it was like which drill song was I playing? Man, listen, I don't know. It was like one of them. It was. They're
pretty much they all sound the same and have the same cadence to it.
I mean, yeah, and everybody's doing the kick drill dance,
Hey,
yeah, but the crazy thing was, I dropped Cotton Eye Joe, went right into it, mixed it in a little bit, and everybody went from doing the kick drill dance right into the Cotton Eye Joe, and I was like, yo, that worked. This ghost. This ghost requester.
Right.
It worked. Somehow we made it work.
Nah, that's very, very interesting.
Yeah. So I like those transitions that are like super wacky. Like I remember one time I went from like DMX up in here into like, I had the time of my not the Black Eyed Peas, the old one.
Oh wow.
Dirty Dancing. I had the time of my life.
The original.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was crazy. I went from like one time Meek Mill, did I go from Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares into an Avril Lavigne song?
Wow. Oh, so you're a risk taker.
I love those risky, like don't make any kind of sense but end up working in the end transitions. Like those are my favorite. And like, I was listening to King Bully one time in the Red Room over at Night Owl, and he went from Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares into Michael McDonald, I Keep Forgetting.
Oh wow!
Like, but right at the point where Meek Mill's about to go ham, he dropped it in him. I keep forgetting, that was like the most brilliant thing ever because nobody expected it, and like you're mad for a second, but then you're like grooving all over.
Yeah,
like, oh my God, I love this song.
No, that's actually hilarious.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
For real.
So, we're on the tail end of the interview, but now, you and True Master, man, the dynamic duo, man.
Yeah.
Where did you and True even meet, and how long y'all been like spinning back to back? Like that's something that I can't go past in this interview, man, because legendary dynamic duo.
Man, True is my brother from another. Like we met. It's probably been 15 or more years at this point that we met, and it's really just a matter of seeing each other. He tells a story about how I was DJing at this club. And I was just kind of playing like classics, like Michael McDonald, Keep Forgetting, and like Toto and like stuff like that. And I think he tells the story as that was kind of a breakthrough moment for him where he realized that that's something that he could do and would want to do. And from there our relationship just grew,
Yeah. So doing Kanye, what was it? Kanye versus Jay-Z?
Oh yeah, we did that Kanye Jay-Z joint at Whiskey Pickle.
That was fire. That was fire. And then you got the May the 4th Be With You, the Star Wars event. Like you guys are just coming up with all the the crafty events and just killing them.
Oh yeah. True is definitely the mastermind behind a lot of those punny events.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I just got the opportunity to do my first my first DJ set with him at Whiskey Pickle.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was good. It was a great turnout. Great turnout. We had a blast. You know.
Yeah.
And I had a really, really, really fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to True, man.
Shout out True Master.
True. So now one of my last questions. I probably got like 2 more and then we're gonna get out of here, man.
All right.
So if you had to pick the soundtrack to your life, as in a song that basically you feel like describes your life in a sum. Give me like 1 to 3 songs that you think you could pick.
All right. I had to think about this. You did, in all fairness, you did give me this question beforehand.
Yep. I didn't want to have you stuck because that's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
It's a really hard question.
It's a hard question. I'm not even sure that I have the answer correct, but here, we're just going to go for it. I got 3 songs. Yep. Song number 1 is Kenny Burke, Keep Rising to the Top.
Ooh, okay.
Just because it's in my top 10 of all time, and it just resonates with me on some level that I can't explain.
Fair enough.
Song number 2, Eric B. and Rakim. Eric B. is president. And I think the reason why I love that song is because number 1, it's a DJ feature.
Yeah.
Number 2, Rakim and lyricism. Number 3, that was like kind of like the formative years for me, where I was really like, that music stands out in my life as like the most kind of special time in my life, you know? So definitely that joint. And then the third joint that I decided on was Junior Reid, One Blood. Just because, oh my God, that's like such a classic. I love the reggae, the Jamaican vibes. And, honestly, if we're talking about my life, a big part of my life has been navigating race.
Yeah.
It has been. If I'm keeping it real, it has a big part of my experience DJing has been navigating race. Yeah. As a white dude who doesn't like just want to be like some white dude.
I hear you.
Who, would rather, be a part of the community and DJ within the community and the hip hop community, the black community, whatever we want to call it, this is a place where I'd like to have a, a place, be a part of. And so, a lot of my life has been navigating the, relationships, race, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I hear it, man. You definitely hold it down.
Oh, I try. Oh,
you
God.
You hold it down.
Where's my? Wait.
Said. Here's the black card.
Thank you.
Put it in your pocket.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. So now my last question, man. A lot of people discredit the importance and the impact that music has, man. So why for DJ Nate the Great, man? Why is it more than music?
Wow. Music speaks to us in a way that language cannot. Us verbalizing with words and things is very limited in terms of what we can relay, because our words are wrapped up in our culture, in our economy, in our day-to-day situation.
Yeah.
But music kind of speaks to us on another level. It can kind of calm us when we need to be soothed. It can hype us up when we need to be hyped up. And you don't even have to put any words over it. All you got to do is play the right beat. And people know how to react. People just innately react.
Very true.
In a certain way. And so there's a certain commonality in the way that music communicates to us as humans that's just important, that you can't overlook. Language is like level 1 of communicating as a human. There's like all these other levels. You got to level up until you get to music, and all of a sudden you're talking, our souls are being spoken right directly to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm throwing in one more question.
All right, cool.
Which album, did you listen to the Beyonce album yet?
I listened to half of it so far.
So if you had to pick between, because they're both on a pop wave.
Yeah.
Drake's album or Beyonce's album? If you had to play one for a whole entire party, all keep repeating the songs, would you go with Beyonce or are you going with the Drake?
All right. I'm going, even though I've only listened to half of the Beyonce's album so far, I'm going with Beyonce.
Ooh, even with half the album?
Yeah, because just even listening to what I listen to, it just has more variation.
Yeah.
You know, there's more variety. The production's
nuts.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, she takes it up, she brings it down, she takes it up, she brings it down. Whereas Drake, I feel like it's very straight
up
right
tempo
across,
and all
until the last song where he goes back to like, you know, trap music
Drake,
with 21 Savage or whatever.
Hilarious.
And and I'm like, are y'all trying to like?
I think he was trolling the industry with that.
I wondered if he was too.
He just dropped it out of nowhere too. He had to be trolling the industry.
Yeah,
with that.
It's like you make a concept album and then you just like ruin it on the last song. Like, what were you doing?
Crazy enough though, for the people who what I think he was doing with it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna make something that's so obscure, but then I'm gonna give y'all regular me on the back end. So y'all listen to this whole entire. It's like the for the people who didn't appreciate the album, it's like the you got to eat the whole cereal thing to get to the bottom of the bag.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Like that type of thing.
It's so it's like the gift at the end of the.
That's the only way it would make sense. That's the only way it would make sense. To be honest.
I like that.
Yeah. So man. So I appreciate it, man. Episode 1 of Off the Record, man. Had to get the great one in the building, man. Listen, thank you. What I didn't say, which I should have said at the beginning, man, is shout outs to Eddie Quinn Photography, Eddie Quinn Studios, man, for providing us with this space to shoot the podcast. And man, so I'm going to be doing this with a lot more DJs. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment, man. Anything that related to you within this conversation, man, drop a comment. And more interviews to come, so stay tuned, man. It's your boy DJ Hollywood.
DJ Nate the Great.
And you already know, man, it's Off the Record. And more than anything, it's more than music. Boom. I'm joking. More music, less violence. I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking.